I'm Cameron. I served just under 7 years in the United States Army with 2 tours in Afghanistan. August of 2009, I was in a truck and an IED, improvised explosive device, blew up under the ground. This is what really shook me. This 10-ton truck has been blown up in the air and tipped on its side. And I'm looking through a small porthole with smoke. You start realizing the impacts of war. Your friends are screaming for help. You don't really know what to do. And those memories are leaching. They don't let go. I tallied from that deployment. I had 16 friends that were killed in action. It doesn't affect you until you get home and the adrenaline wears off. And once your adrenaline starts wearing off, those memories start coming back in forms of nightmares, flashbacks. If I smell barbecue, I think of overseas. I think of the people that got hurt or the truck was on fire and there's nothing you can do to save them. That's where your mind goes to. And those are the intrusive thoughts that you can't get over. I then, met my wife and I thought, here's the solution. She makes my life better.
I obviously know that Cameron is a veteran and has struggled with PTSD and depression. I don't think I really knew what that meant until his first spiral after we got married.
It was right after my second child was born. Going through the stress and the anxiety all over again. Except for I was mitigating it extremely unhealthy. I was heavily drinking. I was lying. In December of 2022, everything kind of imploded. And I was depressed and I was suicidal. And I was ready to just end it all.
He had some choices that he had to make, but the first choice was that we wanted him to live. And so he went to the hospital, and we had a 3-month-old and a 3-year-old, and life was just crazy. But he did that work and came out, but it really wasn't enough.
And that led to the path to where I got to Hopeway. I am nowhere near perfect, but without Hopeway, I wouldn't be here. Hopeway took me in the residential program and built me up over 45 days of intense therapy and recreational therapy and doing different activities to kind of give myself ways to cope with my anxieties, while also doing 3 days a week of intensive individual therapy and do purposeful work on PTSD problems and how to resolve these things and how to manage those thoughts and how to control them.
Hopeway included me in a lot of the process, and we had a lot of conversations around, when Cameron was making gains and when he wasn't making gains, or what was I seeing. And to me, that's what care looks like, is where everyone's involved and everyone is a part of it.
Before going to Hopeway, I couldn't even read 2 books to my daughter without losing my temper because I was so frustrated. And now I can read books, I can, spend time with and play with my daughter.
Well, it gave me a family. My family was going to be over. My marriage, he was suicidal. So I wasn't going to have a family anymore the way that I knew the way that it looked. Or the way that I envisioned that it would look. And so, it really saved us. Our family, like our nuclear family, is intact, and that is due to Hopeway.
I couldn't express how grateful I am to Hopeway. They gave me a new ticket on life.